Ladies and gentlemen, rank play just dropped, and that means you're probably looking for the best settings to play and absolutely fry your opponents. Well, today I have the best controller settings, audio settings, and graphics settings for you guys to be dominating. Let's go ahead and get right into it. To start off with the graphics settings, let's go ahead and go through display, quality, and view and give you guys everything that I'm rocking. Again, this is all going to be dependent upon what kind of PC you have. Like I said, I am on a super build, so I'm going to be on a 4090, 13900K, the best of the best, but still in first-person shooters, you're not going to be able to play with the quality and everything like that all on ultra, but we will get into that as the video goes on. Display mode, we're going to go ahead and put this at full screen exclusive. Display monitor is going to be your main gaming monitor, whatever that tends to be. Display adapter is obviously your GPU. Screen refresh rate, this is an important one, guys. If you don't see this setting here, if you have a 240 hertz monitor, it's not in here. You're gonna have to go into Windows. Once you get into Windows, on your main screen, right click display settings, and go all the way down to advanced settings, and then click on the refresh rate and make sure that you have it set to the highest or whatever your monitor is at. For display resolution, I play on a 1440p Alienware monitor. So again, if you're playing on a 1440p, make sure it's set to a 1080, etc., etc. Aspect ratio is going to be set to 16.9. Display gamma is at 2.2. Brightness, I have it set up 50. I think this is the best personally for my monitor and my settings, but again, this is going to be to each their own. For NVIDIA Reflex low latency, make sure you have this on plus boost. It will help with echo mode preset. I have it on efficiency. VSync I have off. VSync menu is 100%. Custom frame rate limit I have here on unlimited. You can do show more and select that if you would like as well. Focus mode I have at 0. High dynamic I have off. HDR brightness is obviously just grayed out. Go ahead and go over to quality, and this is where you may have to pause the video if I'm going a little too fast for you, so sorry in advance if I am. For the graphic preset, I have it set to custom. Render resolution, this is always supposed to be at 100, otherwise your game's going to look extremely blurry or way too sharp, whatever that may be. Dynamic resolution, I have it set to off. Upscaling sharpening, I have it on fidelity cast, and then I have it set to 100. This is really just going to help with the overall sharpness of your game. If you like a sharper image, definitely put it up. If you don't like it, turn it down. For me, it makes it kind of look less dull and kind of just, I don't know, sharper in general. For path tracing, excuse me, I have it set to off. VRAM scale target 80. Variable rate shading off. NVIDIA DLSS frame generation. This actually helps, or this actually will hurt you if you have it on. So make sure this is set to off. It's for the 40 series cards, but definitely don't have that on. Texture resolution I have set to normal. Texture filter set to normal. Depth of field I have off. Obviously, if the camera lens will be completely out of focus, make it more blurry if it is on. Detail quality level is on high. Resolution very low. Bullet impacts, this is a personal preference one. I like to see where my bullets are going. If I'm shooting at a wall, I want to see where they're going. So if you have this off, obviously you won't see that. You have it on, it will show where that is. Persistent effects I have set to off. Shader quality low. On-demand texture streaming off. Then you have the drop down as well. All this is off. Local texture streaming on low. Shadow quality low. Screen space shadows off. Ambient occlusion set to off. And really all of these are off or low. You're not going to want it really any of these on. It's going to lower your FPS. And again, this is just a first person shooter. We're playing multiplayer. You really are trying to look for more FPS than overall quality of the game. Oscillation near. Volumetric quality low. Deferred physics quality off, weather grid volumes off, and water quality, I have it on wave wetness. I guess you could turn this off if you want, but I personally like it here. And for view, this is a big one, right? We're going to be playing multiplayer, so there's a lot of talk if you're going back and forth between Warzone. I've obviously been on Warzone, but now I'm switching over to multi-rank full time. I'm going to go ahead and put this all the way down to 105. So let me explain the reasoning behind this, because there's a lot of ifs, ands, about it. For multiplayer, you're going to want it more zoomed in, right? So basically what it's going to do is make the character models actually look a little bit larger, and it's also going to show a little more visual recoil, but it's going to allow you to hit those long range shots so much easier, and it's also going to feel like you have more aim assist. When you're at 120, everything's happening so quick, and all these people are going to be cracked out on rank play. You're going to want to have the best field of view possible. All the pro players play on nothing higher than 103. That's even pushing it, but I'm a content creator. I'm going to be playing on 105. I was a pro player for 10 years. I feel like this is a good balance between the two, but I would not go higher than 105, personally speaking. For ADS field of view, I have it set to affected. Independent is going to be completely zoomed in when you ADS down sights. And I personally don't think it's necessary. I don't think really any of the pro players play with that. For weapon field of view, I have it set to wide. With the tac sprint, your gun pulling up in your face, this allows your gun to be smaller so you can actually visually see more while you're running around the map. For third person field of view, I have it set to 80. Vehicle field of view is wide. Warzone sitting there. Make sure you have your world motion blur and weapon motion blur both set to off. This will make your game look absolutely terrible, and you won't know what's going on. Especially if you're on console, make sure to turn these completely off. Film game, we have it at 0. And then first person camera movement and third person, if your game feels like you're in war and it's shaking like crazy, you don't know what's happening, make sure you change that down to 50% because the default is for some reason at 100. I guess people like feeling like their game is shaking and craziness and nades are going off, etc. I definitely turn that down to 50%. Then third person ADS transition to third person ADS, and then spectator camera game perspective, inverted flashbang. Now that we've done the graphics settings, let's go ahead and go over to controller settings because these are extremely important if you want to improve and really get better at Call of Duty ranked play. For aiming input device, make sure you're on controller. All these cracked out guys are going to be on controller. No one plays mouse and keyboard in the professional league for a reason. Aim assist is broken in Call of Duty, period. Let's go ahead and go down to a button layout. Again, this is going to be personal preference, but I grew up playing on tactical. So basically, a lot of you, if you guys have Battle Beaver controllers or Scuff controllers, I use a Battle Beaver, so I have 2 buttons on the back. Basically allow me to never have to take my thumbsticks off or my fingers off of the thumbstick. So I can jump, shoot, reload, all these things while actually aiming still, which is a huge advantage in multiplayer. I've been using this for a long time, and then I play flipped, so I shoot with my bumpers. Again, this is all going to be personal preference. This is just what's comfortable for me. Again, I have the flip L1 R1, then the controller vibration set to off. This actually will help you improve your shot a lot. If you've been playing with controller vibration for a long time, I was that guy. Trust me, I used it for 10 years, and then I switched, and it definitely has improved my shot. Helps you not really to spaz out when you get in those fights or get shot in the back or anything like that. It absolutely just helps you be calm, cool, and collected throughout the entirety of the fight. For dead zones, this is an important one. The left stick minimum is usually set to 10, and on the right stick as well are 20. I would definitely make sure to lower those. I put mine on the left stick on 1 and the left stick max on 80. This basically allows me to start sprinting as soon as I hit 80% of the ring instead of hitting all the way to pretend the ring of the controller is 100. If I touch the ring, it's at 100. If I touch 80% of the way, I start like reaching a max sprint speed. So that's why I have those lowered. But on the right stick, I have it at 99 because I want to be super precise, but left stick's just all movement. So I'm going to want to start moving faster and reacting faster when I can. But for the right stick, I have it set to 3. This will basically allow you to feel like whenever you move your stick, what has happening on the screen, there's no delay. There's really no input delay. I would definitely lower these if you're on console or if you're on PC. It'll help your gameplay and help your shot out like crazy. For the aiming sensitivity, let's go ahead and talk about this, right? I've usually been a guy who don't ever play over 6.6. I've been trying out 7.7 with 0.9 ADS multiplier. This allows you to kind of get a little more crack left to right, but also still have that slower ADS response curve or ADS zoom speed as a 6.6.1. So this is something I've been playing with. I would say if you are just starting out to definitely play on 6.6 or 5.5 with a 1 ADS multiplier. I think it's just the most overall consistent sensitivity for, you know, beginners and really anyone who's really good. I used that for 10 years in the pro player league, and I loved it. I never had a problem keeping track of people, you know, spinning around left to right, turning on people, whatever it may be. I never had any issues there. The tactical sensitivity, have it at 1. Then aim response curve type, make sure this is set to dynamic. Ever since 2019, they added this setting and it's extremely broken. Every pro player is using it. All these settings are pretty much default except for the aim assist type. You're going to want to have this put on default instead of Black Ops. I know I was a big Black Ops guy, but I feel like default has just been insane lately. I would definitely try this out. If you're not feeling like you get too much aim assist, switch it to Black Ops. But overall, I feel like I have more precision and overall just a better feel for the game when I'm on default. For gameplay, if you're playing casually and you're not trying to compete in challengers or the pro league, I would definitely put on automatic tactical sprint. This will save your controllers heavily. The tac sprint, having to double click in the left stick, actually breaks the stick mechanism. It will make you burn through controllers way faster than you need to. This allows you to just push your left stick forward and boom, you're full sprinting or double sprinting. Then the only other setting in this category here is going to be slide dive behavior. Make sure you have it set to slide only. This will make your movement feel like 2019. It's going to be a lot more smooth and just not have as much clunkiness. If you go between this and tap to slide, you'll notice a huge difference. No one really dives at all in the pro player league. No one uses anything other than slide only, and you're going to be at a huge disadvantage if you do not use that slide only feature. And then all of this stuff is going to be default if you've been playing Warzone. If you've been playing Warzone, make sure you change your interact/reload behavior to tap to reload. This is what all the pro players use, but prioritize interact allows you to loot faster in Warzone, so that's why I have that. But switch that to tap to reload as soon as you can. The last thing I want to go over with you guys so you guys can be beaming and absolutely frying is going to be audio. Obviously, audio is a huge part of Call of Duty, and I feel like I have the best audio mix that you can use. I use Home Theater with Art of War's tune. If you haven't seen his audio tune in Warzone, it's absolutely ridiculous. It basically lowers the gunshots and ups the smaller sounds like the footsteps to where you can hear everything all at once with all the chaos going on. I would definitely recommend checking out that video. It allowed me to up my gameplay, and honestly, people are saying it's so OP that they are going to try and ban it. I would definitely check that out. And then I have the master volume set to 80. Here are all the effects. I feel like this is a great mix for me personally. And again, I never have a problem hearing anybody at all throughout my Call of Duty experience. Now that you guys are going to be absolutely frying and rank plan of the best settings, make sure to sub and drop a comment down below what other types of video you guys would like to see. We're going to be on our grind this year. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Peace.